Spoiler alert. Gunshots are heard in the nearby woods early one morning. Pedro and Jaime investigate and find half a man's body, leading them to a nearby shack where a mother hides with her two sons. The oldest son, Uriel, has turned into a rotten, being possessed by an unborn demon awaiting physical birth. The man who died in the woods is the cleaner that the mother had requested a year earlier, someone who is meant to safely kill Uriel and abort the demon before it possesses others. The brothers approach landowner Ruiz after the authorities brush off the rotten as not being their problem. Ruiz makes an aggressive attempt to deal with Uriel directly by throwing away the blighted Uriel and dumping him hours away. The three men find that Uriel has managed to escape the truck after almost running over a small child in the road. Declaring the issue settled, Ruiz leaves and heads back home. Ruiz's wife finds out their goat is possessed the following morning. Ruiz kills the animal against her advice not to use guns since they aid in the spread of the rotted, and his wife instantly kills herself with an axe. Jaime and Pedro decide to flee the town the following morning, gather their families, and make their way to safety. Pedro visits the residence of his former spouse Sabrina, while Jaime receives their mother. When Pedro tries to retrieve his two children, this results in a fight between him, Sabrina, and her new husband Leonardo. The family dog, who had earlier licked Pedro's filthy clothes, viciously attacks Leonardo and Sabrina's daughter and drags her outside while they are preoccupied with their argument. Pedro and Leonardo pursue the dog, with the former shooting it. When Pedro gets back to Sabrina, he sees that her daughter has returned unscathed and is posing a threat to Sabrina, so he takes their car. Pedro sees Leonardo collide his vehicle with as he and his boys leave. When Pedro drives off with his sons, he sees Leonardo smash his car into Sabrina while their daughter dances. After Pedro picks up Jaime and their mother, the group heads out of town and makes their way to the home of Mirta, a former cleaner and friend of Jaime's, who extends an invitation for them to spend the night. Mirta warns Jaime that Pedro's autistic son is showing signs of possession, but Jaime brushes it off. The possessed corpse of Sabrina kidnaps her youngest son, and Mirta suggests that Jaime pursues her while she and Pedro look for Uriel to put an end to the demonic plague. While pursuing Sabrina, Jaime finds out that she has killed the child and, in a fit of rage, runs her over, falling into a tree. Grandma stays at Mirta's house to wait when her oldest grandson returns to the house, now able to speak without difficulty. During their investigation, Pedro and Mirta find a schoolhouse full of possessed kids who brazenly tell lies to them in an effort to worsen the demonic birth. As Mirta sets up the equipment to kill demons, the two discover Uriel beneath the stage in the small auditorium. Pedro tries to properly unearth him. Pedro loses patience and goes to the office while Mirta cries for him to stay with her, believing one of the children's lies about a fire axe nearby that might be helpful. The kids kill Mirta, trap Pedro, and disassemble the apparatus while he is gone. Pedro beats Uriel to death out of rage. Pedro, who is furious, uses a broken piece of equipment to beat Uriel to death, but it is too late to stop the birth. Soon after, the demon inside Uriel emerges, shedding his corpse and making its appearance to a vanquished Pedro. The newborn demon follows the kids outside into the morning sun after sparing Pedro, as a kind of taunt. The two brothers go back to Mirta's separately, pick up the other son, and then return to their own house. Uriel's possessed brother informs him at the shed that he killed and ate the first cleaner 4 days prior. Additionally, he admits that he had treated his mother the same way the previous evening and makes hints that Pedro's and his mother's had met similar ends. When Pedro goes back inside, he gives his son some ice cream, but he starts to choke. Pedro finds out that he is choking on his mother's hair and that his son is also possessed after tricking him while hiding behind his autism. Pedro, who has lost everyone but his brother, rushes outside and breaks down in tears.